Okay, so the first thing we got to do is, does that small thing on the inside ever get bigger than the n-dimensional spheres that are in the n-dimensional cubes? What equation do we need? We know the radius of the small thing on the inside is square root of n minus 1 over 2.
And we need this to be bigger than
We need this to be bigger than
1/2.
1/2.
Well, and yeah, this is this.
Okay, so hold on a second. I know you're, by dumb luck, you're studying inequalities right now. So this equation isn't too scary for you. Does this equation scare you?
Not really.
Okay, what's the first thing you would want to do to solve this equation?
Well, you could put a value for n.
You could try to put a value for n. Like what value for n would you want to try?
Well, a huge number.
Okay, like what?
1,000 or something.
Well, let's pick one where we know the square root. How about 100?
100.
Okay, what's the square root of 100?
10.
So 10 minus 1 is?
9.
9 halves. Is 9 halves? Well, 4 1/2?
4 1/2.
Is that bigger than 1/2?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so in dimension 100, we know that our circle, our n-dimensional sphere thing on the inside actually has a radius bigger than 1/2. Let's see if we can find
the first one?
The first one where this equation is true. What would you do? What's the first thing you would do to this equation?
I'd multiply by 2.
Okay, so we're looking for the square root of n minus 1 being bigger than 1. Now, you always have to be careful with inequalities, because if you multiply by negative numbers,
so the
inequalities can switch around, but 2 is a nice positive number.
These are all going to be positive because we're talking about dimensions and distances.
Okay.
n minus...
Square root of n minus 1 is bigger than 1?
Well, let's add 1 to both sides.
Okay. Square root of n is bigger than 2.
Then square everything.
And again, I can square everything because nothing's negative here. So n is bigger than?
n is bigger than 4.
So when n is bigger than 4...
So the fifth dimension is the first time it happens.
Interesting. What do you think happens when n equals 4?
Well, when equals 4,
it's
just touching. It's tangent to the square.
It's always tangent. Well, no. This question was about is the middle sphere bigger than the other spheres?
Well,
it's probably the same as the other spheres.
At n equals 4, the radius of that middle sphere is equal to the radius.
So a 4-dimensional sphere would be the same.
Huh. Okay, so we solved that problem. Now the next problem was, does it ever go outside of the n-dimensional figure? Okay, let's solve that problem.